3, 2, 1. What is good, you guys? Welcome back to another Invincible Guardians of the Globe video. And today we actually have a first time shop. This is the first time this type of shop has ever came into play. It's called Strategy Detective. Not detective, directive. And with this shop, I think you can buy currency, if I'm not mistaken. I believe you can buy currency from the shop. If we go to this, event. Yeah, you can buy currency, but you can't buy like lab tickets or anything like that not lab tickets, event tickets or anything like that to do an event. Because this is actually tied into... Sorry, I was just checking what I have in the shop. This is actually tied into a Cecil nightmare, which is quite interesting because this has never been a thing. So it says here you can earn gems, but I don't believe you can. Yeah, you earn heroes, and you earn resources for your thing. And depending on how strong you are, you could reach to the top and complete it. So, being that this is the first time event, I'm going to experience it with you guys. I'm assuming it is hero restricted to... What necessarily? It says heroes. It's restricted to the tag heroes? Is that what it's saying to me? No. Filter heroes. Hold. If I go here, is heroes a filter? Anti-hero the filter. Yeah, so what makes it unique to those characters? I'm only able to use Shapesmith, Robot, Immortal, Donald, and Cecil, I believe. Those are the only characters I could use. I'm just trying to see the connection on why these are the characters you can use, but it doesn't seem to give you one. But with all that said and done, we do it this way. We're gonna do Cecil in the front, Shapesmith and Robot, and then Shapesmith and Mortal, and then Robot and Donald in the back. I think that's the best way to do the form. So if you're doing this event, I think that's the best way to do the form, especially depending... it really does depend on where you have your characters, but if you have all your characters at least at Epic Plus, this is the best way to do the formation because of Cecil's teleportation ability. When this target here is going to rush at my Cecil's going to teleport away from them, and then the target here that comes from this way is now going to be stuck between two enemies. And then when Cecil teleports away, he's also going to deal healing to the rest of the team. So that's good. The other reason why you want to put Shapesmith and obviously Immortal in the front, because they have the highest DP, they have the highest HP with the highest defense, so it makes more sense to have them in the front. Donald obviously in the back because he's a ranged attacker, same as Robot. So yeah, pretty simple. Let's see how far we get. I'm pretty sure we're going to probably be able to get to 15 and easily breeze through it because of the fact that if none of them become omnipotent, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. But what I am interested in is if it is GDA, why is it restricted to these 5 heroes? That's what I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what's the tying point to these 5. Like, if it would have been Robot, Donald, Cecil, Immortal, that would have made sense to me. Sorta. Donald would have been a little like, okay, but leader, basically. Like a strategist, or somebody that's a person that comes up with the plans. Makes sense. But Shapesmith and Donald are kind of the odd ones there. Which is why I'm like, a little, why is it these 5? But as you see, we already made it to stage 5. Going into stage 6 now. And as you see there, you saw how when he punched him, he teleported and everybody got some health. That's the ability I'm talking about from Cecil. Sorry for the background noise. I have my windows open. Okay, they're breathing. My team is breathing through this pretty easily. Which I'm not surprised. I do have 2 level 1000s. Basically 2 700s and 1 500. So I'm not surprised. But it is a little cool, interesting event. I do think it would be dope if they started to drop events like this more often, because these will be a little more interactive, I would guess, on telling people how to get the best odds out of their thing. Like, this isn't just like luck based. This is more like, how much time have you invested into the game? Also, whales will benefit most from this, but there is a cap amount that you'll get. So you can still spend your gems to get something if you want to try to get the max amount out of it. But if you're a minimalist and you want to, this actually can work in the favor of how much have you put into the game in the sense of time, money, and, strategy. Which, I like it. At the worst, I believe it's going to give you... I'm pretty sure everyone should be able to make it to stage 5. So at the worst, they'll give you a few hundred pieces to use for the shop. At the best, you get 1,500. So, it's not shabby. It's not shabby at all. That's a good amount of free heroes right there. Am I gonna spend gems on this event? Probably not, because the tricky thing with spending a gem on an event like this, the reason I would do it for like a ticket event is because of the fact that a ticket event, you are going to be able to maximize if you're strong. Like, if you're a minimalist and you're not that strong and you're like just mid-maxing it, you'll get some benefit out of it the same way like you would if you just did this. But for people that are higher, putting into the ticket event, you'll be able to get more out. This, I would have probably liked if they put more waves, but I guess they didn't want to put too many waves to make it that players like me and higher don't just get too much free food. But I feel like if you're going to do this event maybe once a month, if that, you should make it 25, 30 waves. Make it that, players that have invested a lot of time and money into your game get basically an event that they get a whole bunch of free stuff. That's basically what you should do. I get it, for them, they're looking at it like, we don't want to give free, like a ton of free, but like, I won't scoff at, what did we get here? We got 3 free Cecils. I'm just going to go based off of purples, because blues are, blues. We got 2 free robots, and then 1 immortal. So we got a total of 6 free elites, and then we got 9, 18, 27 free blues. So it's not bad. That's not bad. For free, that's not bad. You can't complain about 6 elites and 27 blues. Can't complain about that. 27 rares, to be exact. And then for the sense of completion, you got waves here from completing the stars. That's cool too. There's never been something like that either. So you get 1,700 currency. That's cool. 1,700 currency for free. And then You'll get some obviously from evolving your shop level. Now the trick here though would be, what would be the trick here? Because you don't get any back. You don't get anything back, like how other events will be. When you summon, you get more. So it's a little interesting. It's a little interesting event. Is it worth it to buy this? Honestly, I want to say no. I honestly want to say no. Because even if you bought both of these right here, for 750 gems, right? 750 gems, you're getting 300 currency. 300 currency only gets you 5 heroes. It literally only gets you 5 heroes. And yeah, these are some good heroes here. These are some really good heroes here. It's not worth it. Go with the free route. Whatever you get, you get. Even if you can't get it to all 15 stages, I would say go whatever you get. Take it. Go, be patient with your summons. We still have 2 days as of this recording to get it. And you're going to get some more from logging in. And then also, whatever placement you get is also pretty good because, for example, I'm not the best of the best, as you see here. I'm not in the top 100, but just being in the top 5% of players, I'm going to obtain 500 gems. And some, I forgot what is that. Is that the Flaxen band? I think that's the Flaxen anti-aging bracelet. So, that's cool. And if you manage to get on the 100 leaderboard, if you manage to just get on the 100 leaderboard, which I'm going to try, 69,000 is what I need to get. But just getting here, you get 600 gems and a gold dossier. So, that's pretty cool too. But, yeah. I don't know how I would get a better one. Because these are Viltrumites, and there's no artifact really that makes you perform better against Viltrumites. But yeah, that's going to be all for today's video. I just wanted to do a breakdown on that. There is this we can talk about while I'm here. New hero incoming. Now, I'm interested because obviously the thing it's showing is Robot's real form. Robot's a real person. We have 2 days left before this event is, I guess, introduced, maybe. Because usually it's a day after this runs out, but we have 2 events in 2 days until this comes out. But what interests me in this is why. We spoke about this plenty of times in streams and stuff about duplicate characters and making other variants of characters, and in my opinion, what characters should get variants, what characters shouldn't. And I'm not surprised that they're going with this character, especially because of the fact that in the show we got to see a form of this robot taking on characters in the alternate dimension when this robot was in his own little bubble thing with his own robots fighting alongside of him. And that's why I say, if he's the character we're getting, which I'm assuming because he's the home character, why? And the reasoning why I'm saying why, I'm not disappointed. It is cool. It is a cool character. It is a cool feature. I just want to know why, because obviously I don't know his kit. But I want to know why, because if he's the character that's getting added, his kit, to me, just guessing, would have to be a lot like Cecil's kit, in a way. Just instead of summoning Reaniman, he's summoning robots. That's how I'm thinking of it. I'm assuming he's going to be a support who summons robot clones or different types of robots to do different types of things. Do we need, he could end up being really good and maybe replace somebody else in the meta. So I'm not mad at it. It's a cool character design. It's going to be interesting to see how they make him into a card or anything like that. So I'm interested in it. But it's like, I just really want them to stop dropping cards, well, heroes, that play the same style or the same role. Like, once again, I know we're going to get a lot of characters later on that are going to be doing the same things, obviously, as other characters. But there's so many characters that we don't have in the game. This is why I've been saying this for the longest. We have so many characters that are not in the game yet that have already been introduced through the show that we can add in that can have completely different playstyles versus variants of someone that's already in the game and their playstyle just being slightly different or basically copying the style of somebody else. Because, like, for example, everyone when Cecil came out was excited that Cecil came out, but then you had the people complaining saying that Cecil was basically just a better duplicate. That Cecil basically was just a better multi-pole. So it's like, yes, you're kind of right, but he is his own character. The same thing with this. This character is going to be his own character, but I feel like it's going to fall in that same department of he's going to just be maybe another he's going to maybe be a better Cecil or a better General Krieg or just a better replacement for the old robot. Like, I don't know, but that's my point, is like I couldn't see him being something that's like, oh, he's the, obviously I don't see him being an attacker. I don't see him being an attacker or a defender. So he has to be a support, in my opinion, which I feel like we've been getting a lot of supports lately. So that's that. We got 3 criminals in the last recency. 2 of them being attackers, 1 being a defender. And then we got 3 supports, if I'm not mistaken. Because we got, before the Lizard League people, we got Shapesmith. Then we got Belusu Mark, right? Then we got King Lizard. Then we got Seance Dog introduced through the case files, and Iguana was released at the same time. So that's 2 supports, 3 attackers. Then we got another support in General Krieg. Then we got another attacker in Donald. Then we finally got a tank, and now we're about to get another support. So that makes me believe that after this support, we're going to get another attacker. And then maybe, hopefully, a tank. I would hopefully prefer for a excuse me, Earth Defender tank, honestly. But I will say, I say this pretty much every time I go over characters and characters that can possibly come to the game. First thing, I want you guys to comment down below what characters would you like to come to the game. Secondly, my slight list I want to see come to the game. First off, Machine Head. I've been saying this for so long. He's literally in the game, but he's not in the game, if that makes any sense. You play against him plenty of times in the game. He's just not in the game. Another person I would love to see would be the little Asian man that transformed into the dragon. I feel like his playstyle and his kit will be so cool. So those are 2 criminals I would love to see. Another 2 criminals I would love to see, if not those, would be, that could have synergy, would be the 2 characters that Cecil killed in his flashback. I forgot what their names were, but the ones that were they were like evil, and then they turned them into good guys, and then Cecil killed them. I forgot what their names were, but those 2 could be pretty good. Kind of like a Lucan and Thula criminal duo, but we could do without those if we don't want to do those. But I definitely want to see Machine Head and the little Asian guy that turns into a dragon. Then For World Beyond, obviously, we want to see Thrag. Obviously, we want to see Thrag. But outside of Thrag, I would love to see two of the three. If not one of the three, I'll be happy with. But two of the three, I would say, I would like to see Ragnar's, which is those monster aliens that like beat the crap out of the character that Nolan was traveling with in his memory. The Space Rider, I would love to see him introduced to the game because I feel like he could be a devastating attacker, just glass cannon like Battle Beast. Make him extremely strong damage wise, but just easily to kill, kind of like how Universa is. And then maybe finally we can swap Universa out for someone else because she's been the strongest in the meta for so long. And then after that, it's a character that I always personally liked because I think his playstyle would be really cool. The Mummy, I forgot his name, but the Mummy from the Tomb that says he can't possess women, that he can only possess a male host. I feel like that would be hilarious to add him into the game and make that one of his restrictions and one of his abilities. Maybe he can take over a character for like 5-10 seconds the same way as a Confusion. Make him like his ability, his ultimate is that he takes over a character on the enemy team. He takes them over, making it a 6v4. And making it a 5v4. And then he also doubles their damage, doubles their defense, doubles their health while he's taking control of them for the 6 seconds. But it can only be if it can only be that if the person he controls is a male. Because he cannot. So basically, like, let's say you're going against a full girl team. His ultimate just doesn't work. Like, it won't trigger. Like, he'll activate it, and then it'll just... If there is no male... Make it that, like, oh, if he pops his ultimate and there is no male enemy, then he just gives a percentage boost to his entire team of, like, 3% of his health or something like that. Like, make it something like that as, like, a backup in case he can't use it. Because I feel like that would be so cool. That would be a unique character that would also influence the way people build their decks. Build their teams. It would be cool. Like I said, I think he'll be a really cool addition. GDA... Obviously, I want Tech Jacket, and I would assume he'll be in GDA because he works for Cecil. Two Punch Man. Yeah, Two Punch Man. Two Punch Man could probably be Earth Defender as well, but I would say he's probably GDA because he spawns in with Cecil. And then for Earth Defender, I definitely want... If Two Punch Man isn't GDA, then Boss Baby. Or Business Baby, whatever his name is. And then for Earth Defender, I definitely want the Hunk, so we can finally get an Earth Defender tank. But that's going to be all. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Catch you guys next time. Peace!